Welcome here to Liberty North High School, scene of the Missouri Class II quarterfinals. This time it's the girls tipping it off here for the rights to Springfield, and who goes on to the Final Four. Again, it will be Skyline, back-to-back games, boys and girls. Skyline losing that close thriller just a minute ago to Plattsburgh 49-47. Meanwhile, Mid-Buchanan, the Dragons are here today. They're ready to take a shot at their chance to take a step onto the Final Four. So we're going to get ready to go here. Mid-Buchanan, Skyline, the Tigers and the Dragons on the call. Also with me for now, or maybe for good, Nate Kendall. And I'm going to get ready to toss it up here in just a moment. Do just that. Ball starts off with the Dragons.
Mid-Buchanan looking for their second consecutive state Final Four appearance. After losing last year in the state title game, I do believe.
They're living and lost it early there. Riley Kemper, though, got it back, and now they kick it inside. Missed, but the foul on the drive there. The Dragons will go to the line to shoot two right out of the gates here. 7:39 in this ball game. They immediately draw a foul. The foul will be on Emma Crawford for Skyline. Meanwhile, bucket is up and good for Mid-Buchanan. Jelly Barber with the buckets. Blake makes both. 2 points for Barber. Quick 2-0 lead for Mid-Buchanan. Skyline right side driving in, kicking out to the left wing. Back outside, a one-hopper, but corralled by Skyline. Willie went and got it there. Now going to launch a three-pointer. A little too strong there for the Tigers. Ball comes back to Mid-Buchanan. Near turnover, but the ball will stay with the Dragons. 2-0 still here in the first quarter of this quarterfinal game. Trying to break the pressure at half court, and they do. The Dragons zip pass over the middle by the free throw line, and is fouled again. The Dragons are fouled in their first two possessions. This one, Barber again going to go the line. Obviously, has shown a propensity for that to drive on in. That'll be the second foul, though, on Emma Crawford. So not good news there for the starting sophomore forward for Skyline. Meanwhile, free throws up and good for Barber. So 3 points here early for the 5'9" senior. This one is just missing. Ball will go back to Skyline for the Tigers.
Barber, the leading scorer for the Lady Dragons. She'll be the one they've played through quite a bit offensively.
Coming across is Autumn Garrett. She kicks over left side, back to Garrett, kicks it inside, one dribble, back outside, top of the key, launches a three, rattles in for Garrett. 3 points for the senior. Tied up 3-all. Mid-Buchanan losing the ball, but corrals it in the corner. Tipped out of bounds, but it'll stay with Mid-Buchanan as a near interception there.
Coach Cheek, when I talked to him just prior to game time, he said the player to watch will be Autumn Garrett right there, that three to tip off their scoring.
Left wing looking around and is picked off. Going to be a jump ball. This Autumn Garrett there forced the turnover on the jump ball. The possession goes back to Skyline. Garrett now brings it across. Kicks her left side to Kinos. She took just a couple extra steps there. Ball will go back to Mid-Buchanan. Two dribbles, twist and turn, going to be picked off on the full court pressure. Going up and getting fouled hard on the play was Keely Holmes. She picked off that pass. Just can't turn your body and try to throw it there, especially in the full court pressure. It's kind of a no-look pass. I mean, if you're Patrick McHolmes, maybe you can pull that off. This case, kind of tough play to do. Sure enough, Keely Holmes is there. Keely Holmes is there to pick it off. Going to shoot two at the line. First one is no good, though, for the sophomore. Second one, this one is up and good for Holmes. 4-3 now. Skyline leads. Another near steal, but it's going to stay with the Dragons there as the ball went by the Dragons bench, inbounding it. Barber brings it along, kicks on the right side, dribbling inside, up and good. Is the basket there. Gracie Livingood with her first 2 points of the game puts the Dragons up 5-4. Missing in and out for the Tigers. Ball comes back to the Dragons. Ball across half court. 3-on-3, but they spread the floor. Driving inside, now kicking it out, but off the fingertips, but just in the hands for a three-pointer for the Dragons. Missing, though, is Bradley Kemper on the three-point shot. Garrett now across left side, kicking it on over to Lily Witten. Driving baseline, tries to go up against the trees and is missing is Keely Holmes. Another shot missed, rebound to Mid-Buchanan.
Really good defense there by Kelsey Stout. Keep her arms straight up in the air, down inside. Was able to deflect the shot.
Turnover by the Dragons up the court. 2-on-none. Left-hander layup is good for the Tigers. Lily Witten with her first 2 points of the ball game. Barber dribbles around, kind of goes to the ground. They're going to call a block on the play. Foul will be on Justin Barb. That'll be her first, team's third foul. Barber going to inbound for Mid-Buchanan. Finding a wide open Dragon on the block. 2 more points for the Dragons. Gracie Livingood there with her second bucket of the game. Mid-Buchanan now up 7-6. Little floater misses, too strong. Rebound goes Mid-Buchanan, but past a half court or near midcourt. Nearly picked off again. Ball will stay with Mid-Buchanan, but once again, Mid-Buchanan's kind of having a little trouble with that pressure a little bit from the Tigers.
Yeah, Skyline, they've always been able to press like this, and Coach Kevin Cheek, there's a reason he's won 400 games in his coaching career.
Skyline with it, Mid-Buchanan with the turnover. Skyline 1-on-3. Wisely pulls it out. Going to drive it inside, though, kicks it back out to the right wing. Going to crank it up. Missing off the left side. Lily Witten. Rebound comes down. We're going to have a jump ball on the miss. With the jump ball, the alternating possession now goes to Mid-Buchanan. .350 here in the first quarter, 7-6. Mid-Buchanan leads. Coming across, but now a turnover by Mid-Buchanan. Skyline brings it up right side, going to take it on in. Slicing through was Lily Witten, but a little strong off the glass. Ball back to Mid-Buchanan. Couple bodies on the deck, but everybody's back up and back to action here. Left baseline for Mid-Buchanan. A few dribbles, twist and turn on the right wing there for Kelly Bailey. Missed too strong from the three-point land. Another miss strong off the baseline. This time rebound to Skyline. Brings it across midcourt. Tries to go into traffic. This time the steal comes back to Mid-Buchanan. We have a 3-on-2. Couple slicing through the defenders and going to be called for foul. Callie Bailey will step to the line for 2. The junior got the foul there called on Allie Gunter. First one is missed for Callie Bailey. Second one is up and missing as well. So missed opportunity for Mid-Buchanan under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Still 7-6, but a couple free throws there that could have led to a prosperous trip. Bucket is good there for Skyline. Justine Barr makes it quickly back the other way. Comes Mid-Buchanan. We're going to call a 20-second timeout as the bucket quickly the other way. It's Kelly Huss there with the 2 points.
That was a very intriguing sequence there. Made layup, and they chucked it all the way down the floor for a layup on the other end for Kaylee Huss.
As we talked about earlier, an intriguing place for anyone, especially around the Mid-Buchanan area. Big Rigs, great family restaurant right there off I-29 on the Double D exit, Highway Double D. It's just south of St. Joe, and I know when I go there, I've stopped a few times. It's hard to, if you leave hungry, it's your own darn fault. It's great stuff, can't miss it. The big semi right there. Serve all kinds of food, Mexican food, pork tenderloins, as Scott Engler talked about in the first game. Big as the size of your hubcap. Big Rigs, check them out anytime, right off I-29. Go home hungry, that's your own fault. Go home not thrilled is your own fault too here, as both Class 2 games have been thrillers indeed. This time though, just a couple extra steps there from Miranda Kinos. Ball go back to Mid-Buchanan. Nine to 8 remains the score. Twisting and turning as Barber picks up her dribble, but does find an open Dragon who launches a three and drains it. Callie Bailey with her first few points of the game, and a big one, a three-point basket. 12 to 8 now, Mid-Buchanan leads. Left wing pulls back, step back, missing the two-pointer for Skyline. Loose ball though again at half court, going to be another jump ball. Back the other way for Skyline.
On the jump ball, goes back to Skyline. That was a tough break there for Mid-Buchanan.
Skyline gonna kick it around. Got two people in the right corner, missing on the baseline shot. There was Holmes, but now with the rebound and on the foul, looks to be Justine Barb going to go to the line.
Justine Barb, she comes off the bench, but she's really like one of their fifth starters. She plays a lot of minutes, averages 8.5 a game usually for Skyline.
She came in and contributed right away.
Part of their offense.
Second free throw this time is good. That'll be the first foul on Jaylee Barber for Mid-Buchanan. 12 to 9, ball back out of bounds. It'll stay with Mid-Buchanan. Riley Kimber checks back in for the Dragons here as they face full court pressure again by Skyline. Both Skyline teams, boys and girls, definitely like to utilize a full court press. The Skyline nearly made a big comeback in the first game here, but fell short to Plattsburgh in the quarterfinal. Now another potential steal, but it's just going to be tipped a little too far out of bounds. The ball will go back to Mid-Buchanan, but man, Dragons are having trouble with that pressure, but yet they're up 12 to 9.
Yeah, they're going to have to fix that, because before you know it, some of those passes you're going to throw them, and they're going to get picked off and gone for layups. So you need to...
Twisting, turning, spinning at half court, but going to pick up a foul. The foul will be on Lily Witten. That'll be her first. Mid-Buchanan picks up another foul, though. That is 5 now on Skyline. Still here just in the first quarter. 1 minute and 12 seconds left in this first stanza. Going to go driving in, throws up a right floater. Missing is Living Good. Rebound back to Skyline. Autumn Garrett taking some dribbles, kicking around. Back inside they go. finding some space inside, going up and drawing the foul. For Skyline will be Justine Barb. She just went to the line on the last possession of note. She's going to go back to the line again. The foul this time will be on Kelsey Stout of Mid-Buchanan, her first. This time the free throw's up and good for Barb. Was 1 for 2 her last time. Now she makes her second in a row. 12-10. Skyline trails. Second one is also good, pulling the Lady Tigers within 1. Under a minute to go here, 51 seconds. Mid-Buchanan crosses the half-court stripe. Kicking over, and going to be another steal by Skyline. Here they come. Barb takes it up, left hand up and good. Taking the lead with 40 seconds. The Tigers have done just so. Little loose ball corralled by Mid-Buchanan. Going to take a timeout. They're going to talk about it. 13-12, Skyline leads.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Back here, Skyline leads 13-12. They'll look inside, poked away though by Kinyos. Ball will stay here with Mid-Buchanan with under 23 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Kick it in, three-pointer is missed. Ball looks to be tipped out of bounds, and it is by Skyline. Ball will stay with Mid-Buchanan. Now 19.3 seconds left here in the first quarter. Back up top to Barber. Julie Barber going to milk it, hopefully for the last shot. Nope, they're not going to. They're going to go ahead and drive it on in, off the glass, and good for Barber. Her first bucket from the floor. They take the lead 14-13. 4 seconds left, 3, 2, going to scoop shot, miss, and that's going to be the quarter. 14-13, the Dragons lead. What a thriller here after one. Dragons up 14-13, the Missouri Class II quarterfinals here at Liberty North High School. Tell you what, everybody's been sitting around all day, but nothing better than getting up and getting your exercise in at Snap Fitness. Snap Fitness located in St. Joseph. 24/7 where you can work out with other members. Get fit when it fits. Snap Fitness in St. Joseph. And yeah, Nate, quite a throwing first quarter there. They keep breaking the pressure, so that's pretty impressive there. I mean, they keep facing the pressure, but yet they're still up by 1. So I don't know what we'll give as the game goes on. Will they get wear down and those become easier baskets, or will Mid-Buchanan be able to hold it off? We will find out.
Well, as we saw it got harder and harder for Plattsburgh that last game. Could be the same type of thing. It could get harder for Mid-Buchanan. They've struggled there. Later in that first quarter, they were able to get baskets and keep this. Maintain. They were really always 1 point back, and then they'll get a layup and take the lead right back. And this one thing Mid-Buchanan has not shown. They have not shown their pressure. They've spent most of the season just pressuring everybody they faced, and so that's something we haven't seen. As a quick turnover, Skyline back the other way, layup up and good.
Kinyos with the basket there. Her first bucket from the floor, and then it gives Skyline a 15-14 lead. Missing everything there on the baseline shot. Now coming back the other way, up the floor, and drawing the foul will be Keely Holmes. Skyline has a chance now to go to the line and shoot 2. And this game's kind of been in that 1 to 3 point range the whole way, either direction. There's a chance here for Skyline now to be on the higher side of things and just a 1 point lead, and they do that. They go up by 2. Second one also good. 17-14 now after the 2 free throws there by Keely Holmes. The pressure once again, another turnover. Stop and pop. Misses for Autumn Garrett. They're going to call a foul after the rebound. So the ball will stay with Skyline. As we talked about, that pressure may just continue to add up as the game goes along. Skyline now with a 3-point lead. Autumn Garrett dribbles it around top of the key. Drive it on in. Up and under and good. It's Miranda Quinones. Another near turnover.
Bad luck here on the near side as the defender caught the pass and landed just about less than an inch standing out of bounds.
Pump fake, turning right, shot missing for Barber. Another rebound and missing again. Will be living good. This time the ball will look like it might have been tipped, but it's going to go to Skyline. Skyline crosses the half-court line. Autumn Garrett kicks it back out, going to crank a three-pointer and missing. Rebound comes back to Skyline, though. Quinones inside, up and under, missing as well for Emma Crawford. Rebound to the Dragons. 6:15 here left in the second quarter. 19-14. Skyline has overcome an early 12-9 lead with a little 10-2 run here for Skyline. Kick it inside. Barber twist, turns up off the glass and good. Jaylee Barber now with her 7th point of the game, looking to go to the line to make it a potential and 1 and draw the Dragons back within 1 possession.
Hannah Parrott and Kaylee Huss check in for the Dragons.
That'll be a 6th team foul on Skyline, so the next one will put the Dragons into the bonus, which could be a big thing for the Dragons as Barber hits yet another free throw. 19-17, Skyline leads. Barber now 4 for 5 from the line, so she has prospered there from the charity stripe. Right side, Quinones. Pump fake. Bobbled around at midcourt. Maybe going to go back to Mid-Buchanan. A loose ball, going to be a foul. Indeed, it will be on Skyline. That will send Mid-Buchanan to the line. Gracie Livingood will get her chance at a one-on-one on that loose ball.
It's really good defense by Livingood on that play. Tipped the ball free and then went after it and caused the foul to happen.
Second one up and also good. 19 all. Mid-Buchanan has come back and tied this ball game. 3 straight points from the free throw line. Driving inside. Missing is Skyline, Kaylee Holmes, but the ball goes back to Skyline. The floater by Autumn Garrett is down 21-19. But back the other way comes Mid-Buchanan. Quickly ties it right back up. Kaylee Huss there with the basket. Now in that mad exchange, right back the other way. Skyline up and good by Justine Barb. 23-21. Skyline leads 5 minutes here before intermission. Long pass over the left wing back up top. We have a foul up top. And again, we mentioned earlier, Mid-Buchanan reached the bonus with over 6 minutes in the half, and they're going to go right back to the line where they have made their last 3 in a row and look to continue that run here. Will be Hannah Parrott.
Looks like Skyline's aggressiveness is coming back to bite them a little bit here so far in this first half. They've 18 fouls, Mid-Buchanan with just 4. They've got a couple girls that are sitting on 2 fouls as well.
First one is up and good for Parrott. Second one will be coming as well. And this one misses in the little 4 free throw run that they had there from the line, but nonetheless pulled in 1. Skyline, though, goes right around the defender like a traffic cone. No problem there as they're trying to draw the charge, but Lily Witten wasn't biting, went right around for the bucket. Meanwhile, yet another turnover for Mid-Buchanan, so the ball will go back to Skyline. Skyline leads 25-22. 4:30 left here before halftime. Ball kicked over the right side. Driving on in. Bounce pass up off the glass and missing inside. This time it was Justine Barb. A little too strong there on the pass on the full court pressure. So Skyline will get another opportunity. Dribbling, twisting, and turning at the top. Now gunning over the left side. Going to drive on in. Going to draw the foul. Good drive there. Kaylee Huss will pick up the foul. Sending Skyline back to the line for 2. First one is up and missing for Allie Gunter. Maybe it's Keely Holmes, hard to say. Long ponytails are covering up both the numbers, so pardon me if I get switched around all game. But I believe I did that right. Allie Gunter, though, did miss both of them, 25-22. Clean steal there, the 13th turnover already in this half for Mid-Buchanan.
Lady Dragons out there in a 2-3 zone now. After trying to play man earlier on, didn't quite work.
Pump faking a few times up, missing on the shot is Justine Barb. Rebound back to Barber for Mid-Buchanan. A little behind the back there to get it across half court for Bradley Kemper. Passes over to Barber. Barber looking inside, not seeing anything against the man-to-man defense of Skyline. Right side, going to kick it back to Barber, looking for a cutting, and making it will be Gracie Livingood on the cut there. 25-24, nice assist by Barber as well. Going to launch a 3, going to take it and miss it from the top. Is Lily Witten, but another chance though for Skyline. Twisting, turning up, scoop shot with the left hand, missing for Kinos. This time the ball will go out of bounds to Mid-Buchanan.
There's quite a bit of body contact inside. They just let them play as the shot was missed inside.
Nice bounce pass there from Livingood. Connecting on it will be Callie Bailey for her first bucket of the game. 26-25, Mid-Buchanan takes the lead, and now a turnover by Skyline will get the ball back to Mid-Buchanan. So Mid-Buchanan, despite all of his turnover woes, has survived and still leads this ball game. 26-25. It's like when they do get their opportunities, they're very efficient from the floor. They either are making the buckets or going to the line and converting, but the trick is just getting a shot off sometimes. Right baseline looking inside for Barber, though. Going to be nobody home, but picking it up and getting dragged down to the ground. Appears to be Living Good. Actually, look, reappears to be Kelsey Stout.
It was that foul there that they called. It was not much of a foul. She kind of took her down, like straight back and tackled her.
Yeah, that's quite a takedown there. Casey Livingood checks in for Callie Bailey. As Kelsey Stout attempts the first free throw of the one-on-one. This time, this one is good. Second one is up. A few quick dribbles. This one is missing. Rebound down to Kinos. Kinos up court. Looks up for Garrett. Firing up from the left side and draining the three-pointer. It's Keely Holmes with her first three of the game. 8 points now for Holmes. Pass a little too strong there, out of bounds, back to Skyline. The 14th turnover in his half for Mid-Buchanan. Right side down the baseline, looking inside. Fighting Autumn Garrett, but missing. Just in and out, rebound out to Barber for Mid-Buchanan. Right side looking around over the right wing. Trying to find Barber, a little short pass, almost a handoff there. Barber dribbles around, looks over the left side. Finds Livingood. Back up top, back over to Livingood in the left wing. Looks inside for Barber, going to be tipped. Barber says, not me, it was the last touch by Garrett. She was correct, ball is going to stay with Mid-Buchanan. 1:01 left here before halftime.
And a very, like we've kind of talked about, back and forth first half, and it's continuing to be that way. Wouldn't be shocked to see the lead change 2 or 3 more times before the end of the first half.
Twisting, turning, Barber off the glass, missing. Rebound comes down to Keely Holmes. Shot, missed, tipped out right in the hands of Kinos. He tries a three, misses. Back on the turnover, though, come the Tigers. An errant three by Holmes is picked up, though, by Justine Barb, who is going to get fouled on the floor. So yet another wild skirmish there. Goes to Skyline. They got fouled, but they're still not in the bonus. That'll be the second foul, though, on Kelsey Stout, the junior. Picks up her second violation. 23.5 seconds left here. 28-27 here before halftime. Tigers kick it up top, driving in and off the glass, missing. Rebound comes down to the Dragons. Barber center court, picks up a dribble, goes ahead and kicks it over to Briley Kemper. Dribbles it around, picks up a screen from Barber, also picks it up, back to Barber. 5-4 is left on the clock. Barber tries one, misses. Loose ball, 1 second, and no shot. Halftime is here, 28-27. Skyline leads this game. Yet another thriller here at the Missouri Class II quarterfinals at Liberty North High School. The winner, of course, goes on to semifinals. And Nate, what'd you see out of that first half? We talk about all the turnovers, 15 total for the Dragons, yet they're just within one.
Yeah, they really, in all the possessions that they weren't turning the ball over, it was they were getting layups, shooting lots of buckets. One thing that I've noticed, and Skyline can do kind of whatever they want offensively on on that end of the floor when Mid-Buchanan is sitting in a zone defense, and they can kind of hold the ball if they want. they get the open shots. Lots of open shots missed by Skyline. That's the reason they only have a 1-point lead here at the half.
Yeah, it seems like they get inside, and they've been getting some fouls, but they cranked a few threes. It didn't quite go right, and they also just all those turnovers. You think they would be leading by more. But like we said, it's more efficient, higher shooting percentage there for Mid-Buchanan. And going to the line, I mean, count them up, they made 7 other points. 6 of their points in the first half did come from the line, so it's been quite a half there for Mid-Buchanan from the line. So halftime is here, 28-27. We're going to take a little break. We'll come back here in just a moment. Second half here from Liberty, Missouri. Missouri Class 2 quarterfinals here on 810varsity.com. Yes, we're going to bring it back here with an interview with Coach Kemper of the boys team for Mid-Buchanan. Nate Kendall will take that, and we'll go ahead and turn it over to Nate as he'll talk to Coach Kemper right here on 810 Varsity at halftime.
How you doing, Coach?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty well. Yeah, and the other night, tough one. Swallow losing kind of there at the buzzer, having a ball fall off, but to a very good Plattsburgh team, as we saw just the previous game. They were very impressive.
Yeah, they they've got 4 guys that can score the basketball, and they play fast and they'll shoot some shots that some people might sit there and go, oh man, don't shoot that, but they can hit, and it makes it tough to guard. And then they play pretty good defense too. So, like I told our guys after they won, I was like, we were close. You got to get better for next year. We got all 5 starters back, but they got to work at it if they want to go out there and try to get that done, because there's a lot of people in our area returning a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. Especially, I look at Plattsburgh's roster. Man, they're going to be with Isaiah Graham back, starting point guard. They'll have Caden Hodge, Austin Stevens. You look like they're going to be loaded next year.
Yeah, that team's going to be pretty good.
Caden Hodge, leading scorer today, kind of out of nowhere. He 3 threes in the first quarter. You weren't here, I don't think, but they were up 22-10 after 1.
Yep.
And then went scoreless in the whole second quarter.
Yeah, we were listening to it coming up, it was something else just seeing them kind of. We were sitting there after that first quarter and kind of said, boy, they hit a lot of threes. You really get worried that, you fall in love with that a little bit and you can have a drought. One thing you got to give Plattsburgh a lot of credit for, that was a huge storm back by Skyline, and they regrouped and pulled it out, and then lost the lead late and still were able to pull it out. It showed a lot of toughness mentally by Plattsburgh, I thought.
Yeah, that was a very entertaining game as a broadcaster standing here watching it. 2 really, really good teams that would go there that wanted to get to Springfield, of course. Yep. Skyline playing nearly home, and then Plattsburgh, first time in school history, getting down there. It's huge for them. And they will face off with Greenwood, who is a Springfield. They're right there in Springfield.
Yeah, on the campus.
So that's gonna be tough, because Greenwood, of course, they've got a 5-star kid right now who's really, it's going to be a fun Final Four. In Plattsburgh, you got to go down there. You've had it before. You go down there, your boys are kind of like, wow, you guys doing it in Columbia your very first time. It's just kind of like, holy cow, this is.
Yeah, it can be a little awe-dropping when you come down there the first time. And I remember when we played Canton in that game, we kind of started off a little slow in that game. Just different feel completely than what you've been used to. But I think you got to just go down there and do the things that got you there. Don't get fancy and see what happens.
Oh, yeah. And so let's talk about this game real quick. Yeah, you got your daughter, senior. See, I feel like I've seen her play for 8 years.
Yeah, she's been
It's been
starting since
4
a freshman,
years.
so
Yeah.
it's been a fun ride. They're playing right with them. I talked to the girls yesterday before the game and said, you guys can play with this team. I felt like they were pretty similar teams, really.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they both like to defend. They both like to
Get
push
out
the
and run.
tempo. Skyline plays really good defense, and they run a style of defense that not a lot of girls' teams run, and that run and jump. That could throw them off, and our girls have had some struggles with that early with the turnovers.
Yeah, we had them down for, I think, 15 turnovers total and a lot of deflected passes, but
Yes.
it worked out in their favor there in that first half. And, I mean, as Coach Elms, you go in, you're like, okay, girls, we're down 1. We played not really great offensively, and they didn't hit a lot of shots, too. So they were able to keep it there. And then the second half, it's going to be fun basketball game. I know this whole season it's been a little weird without Jill Rump out there kind of give me the ball, let's go get baskets for you. And kind of this game so far, it's been a lot of Jaylee Barber being able to just go to the hole.
Yep, that's been her game all year.
Yeah.
She can shoot the 3 too, but she's a big-bodied kid, and she can get to the rim. She's quick for that size, and she does a good job with it. They had to adjust how they were going to play as opposed to last year because you had arguably one of the better players I've seen in girls basketball in this area. She was really good, and Jill Rump. So, it was a situation where they had to change up a little bit on how they play, become a better passing team and cutting team. But Coach Elms and that staff have done a good job with them this year to get them here. And they've got athletes. It's just knocking those shots down. Like you said, they really haven't played great offensively for the first half, and you're only down 1. You got to somewhat be happy about that. Hopefully the second half they kind of get more used to that pressure.
Yeah, that's Plattsburgh kind of dealt with the same thing, except it got worse as the game went on. Then Skyline picked up the pressure late, and it was getting a little more difficult for him. But, Coach, thank you for coming up and seeing us.
Not a problem, brother.
Sure, we'll be talking sometime here down the road, especially during basketball next season.
Heck yeah. Well,
hopefully we'll be seeing you guys
anytime, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. See you, big man.
That was Coach Bryce Kemper of the Mid-Buchanan boys, just talking about that previous game we saw and a little bit about this girls game we're seeing right now as Chad comes back to the mic. It was good to talk to Coach Bryce Kemper and just kind of break down kind of what he saw. And he saw Plattsburgh 4 times this year. And
A lot of times.
That's a lot of fun playing in tournaments all against them all year long. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see that same team every time, it seems like.
Yeah, I see a lot of that, especially the Missouri side with the Jewel tournament for the bigger teams and smaller teams. There's Savannah tournament, some other ones that go on during the year. You play twice in league play, and then I think they even had a league tournament at the beginning of the year, and they turn right around, and there you are in the same district. So very familiar with everything. You know where they're going to dribble left. You know where they're going to dribble right. So obviously a big win for Mid-Buchanan over East Buchanan in that district final. Didn't quite get it done against Plattsburgh, but yet another great season. District title for the Dragons boys. It was just this close from being a doubleheader here of Mid-Buchanan versus Skyline, but going to be the second half here. 50 seconds. And I would talk about big supporters of Mid-Buchanan. There's no mid about big rigs, There's no mid-size, no Mid-Buchanan. It's all big rigs. When you go order something to eat, whether you want to go in and maybe pick up something else while you're there. Big Rigs is the place, and I-29 just off the exit there, DD Highway, just south of St. Joe. Check out Big's Rigs Family and Restaurant. And we talked about Mid-Buchanan. Let's take a look at their road to the quarterfinals. They got the win to start off things right, 71-49 over Bishop LeBron. Came back against Penny, 68-61.
And that Penny game, they hit a 3 to tie it to send it to overtime.
And that is how it's done, my friend. If you're going to go overtime, you do it in style. Come back with 73-69 against Tarkio. And then no problemo, 55-30 over North Platte. That brings them here. We'll take a look later at how Skyline got here. In the meantime, though, Mid-Buchanan to inbound the ball. Down by 1 here, start the third quarter.
This Mid-Buchanan team definitely battle-tested because that district title game against Tarkio, which is East Atchison now, that was one of the top teams They were, I think, ranked number 2 in Class 2 at the time, but with their scheduling, that's what hurt them going into districts, playing up in that far northwest part of the state of Missouri.
Yeah, it can get you definitely. And in the meantime, though, pass inside and 2 fouls on just 20 seconds. Skyline, that's what kind of kept Mid-Buchanan in the game in the first half. They continue to mount up the fouls on Skyline in the second. 2 fouls there.
And that's the 4th foul. Emma Crawford didn't play much in that first half. She just picked up 2 fouls, bang, bang.
Tough drive up the road, right up the road for Emily Crawford with 2 fouls here. Early going. Probably played maybe a minute and a half in this game. Meanwhile, now it goes the other way. Mid-Buchanan draws a foul. 3 fouls in 20 seconds. No shots really taken. Back the other way comes Skyline. Lady Tigers, dribbling around, looking inside, kicking in over the left side. Trying to drive inside was Keely Holmes. Turnover though. Back to Mid-Buchanan. Mid-Buchanan dribbling, going to go ahead and kick it back up top. Over to Barber on the right side, down on the right baseline, 3 up and missing for Mid-Buchanan's Callie Bailey, but up and good on the loose carom, sticking it back in is Kelsey Stout. She now has 5 for the junior. 3-pointer is launched and it is good. Lily Witten with a trifecta gives Skyline the lead right back, 31-29. Mid-Buchanan on the right side, going baseline. Back up top, trying to find some open space inside. Going to wheel it around this time, but going to be a turnover. Back the other way comes Skyline up and laying up and good for Skyline, the Lady Tigers. Autumn Garrett there with the bucket. 33-29, under 6 minutes, just at the 6-minute mark here. 2 minutes into the third quarter. From the elbow, missing for the Dragons, but the rebound is up and rims on in for Callie Bailey. Another 2 points, 33-31. Mid-Buchanan trails. Autumn Garrett, left-handed pass, bounce pass inside. Kind of drug around, no foul called. Back out to Garrett, launches a 3. She'll take it and she'll make it. Another 3 for Lily Whitson. Back-to-back 3s on back-to-back possessions. 36-31 as Mid-Buchanan misses the layup try. The rebound comes down to Justine Bard. Little stop and pop from the free throw line and misses. Rebound comes down to Mid-Buchanan. Ball goes out of bounds. Checking in the ball game. For Skyline will be Allie Gunter. Miranda Quinones sits down. Lob inside, taking a 3 and missing it entirely, unfortunately, for Mid-Buchanan. Ball goes to Skyline. So back come the Lady Tigers, looking to build upon their 5-point lead. They have really taken advantage of 16 turnovers in this game by Lady Dragons. A little one-handed pass inside, fumbled and goes back to Mid-Buchanan. Dragons a little behind the back there. Back over to Barber. Barber hands off to Livingood. Livingood drives left-handed on in. Blocked though by Lady Tigers, racing up the court and passing it off. The assist from Lily Witten off to Justine Barb. She now has 9 points. 38-31. We're going to take a timeout as Skyline has built a 7-point lead, the biggest in the ball game. We talk about Skyline. We're going to take a look how they got here to the quarterfinals. They opened up with a romp, 70-22 over Lincoln. They come right back with yet another rout, another 40-point-plus blowout, 77-36 over Archie. Keep pouring it on. did Skyline 72-34 against Adrian. Once again, as you see, they keep holding their opponents under 40 up to this point, 60-34 over Tipton. So been no problem, Nate, for Skyline here, and we kind of wonder how will they react in a closer game, but starting to see them pull away a little bit.
And the thing about that Tipton win there for Skyline, Tipton was ranked number 3 in the state at that point, had 1 loss on the year, and they hammered them. That's a very impressive victory. Tipton was here last season against Mid-Buchanan.
Pass tipped out of bounds. A lot of crowd thinks that it was not tipped. It should have just been straight Skyline's ball, but instead it'll go back to Mid-Buchanan. As you know, the Lady Dragons have had troubles with this pressure, but they get to hold on to it here on this possession. 38-31, trying to carve into that lead now as Skyline has opened up a 7-point lead. Living Good looks inside, back to Barber. Barber puts one up, missing though. Rebound comes down to Keely Holmes. Back over to Lily Whidden. Whidden's going to bring it across half court for the Lady Tigers. Hands off to Autumn Garrett. Garrett directs the offense, goes ahead and kicks it to the left side. Momentarily gives it to Allie Gunter, back to Garrett. Garrett's going to take a 3 and misses. Rebound comes down to Barber. Ball's kicked to the left side, going to drive on in, kick it back out, right baseline for Mid-Buchanan here. Going against this man-to-man defense, a near turnover, but a great attempt there for the Tigers to poke it away by Justine Barr, but the ball will stay with Mid-Buchanan. Barber a few dribbles, tries to power her way down, and powers it off the glass, and good. A much-needed bucket there for Mid-Buchanan, 38-33.
First Dragon in double figures with 10 now.
Oh, fancy passing. Three-pointer, she'll take it, and she'll miss it. Rebound, though, stays with Skyline. Going to go ahead and tries to go inside, but too many steps is Lily Whitten. Skyline's also in double digits now in turnovers with 11. As you mentioned, Barbara has 10 points to lead Mid-Buchanan. Leading scorer for Skyline is Lily Whitten with 12. It's been a very balanced attack for Skyline as well. 12 points, as we mentioned, from Lily Whitten. 9 points for Justine Barb. 8 points for Keely Holmes. 7 points for Autumn Garrett. So 4 Lady Tigers threatening double digits here as we get close to the fourth quarter. Picking up a dribble, kicking the left side, going to bounce pass, going to go off of Dragons. The ball will stay with Skyline as Lily Whitten corrals it in the backcourt. She's going to drive on in, bounce pass, this time off the foot again of the Lady Dragons, back to Lily Whitten. They take it back up top. Autumn Garrett, a few dribbles back to Whitten. Up to Garrett, approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Pump fake up and now good off the glass. Justine Barb with another bucket. She breaks double digits with 11. Back the other way real quickly from the Lady Dragons.
Kaylee Huss has done that 3 times in this ball game. She just leaks out and nobody sees her and picks her up out top.
Obviously, you prefer the stop, but anytime you can get a bucket, you take it, especially to squelch the momentum. Taking it up strong and getting fouled inside. And we'll go to the line for 2. That'll be the second foul on Barber. Sending the Lady Tigers back to the line for 2 shots. Justine Barb with a miss. She's 2 for 4 from the line today. She wanted to spin the ball, take a few dribbles, and try the second of this attempt. And this time it will rattle home. 41-35. 1 minute, 30 seconds left here in the third period. Skyline has, after halftime, has taken hold of a 5-7 point range of a lead. Right now up by 6. They do get called for the foul. The foul will be on Keely Holmes. That'll be her second, team foul number 3. So not quite the same fouling frequency they had in the first half. And we'll get a call here. Also going to be on Skyline. Just as I say that, Skyline picks up another foul 2 seconds later. This one will be on Barb. That'll be her second, 4th team foul in this half for Skyline. Inbounding baseline, a little fake there. Going to go ahead and go over the top into Barber. Barber takes it at the top of the key, spins it to the left side. Back to Barber, inside, little twist, turn. Went up to the left, off the glass, and good. Way to work it there for Barber, as she now has 12 points in this contest. And their turnover, but it's tipped away. The ball will stay with Skyline. It's really been their biggest threat. When they get across half court and keep that ball, Barber does great work inside.
Exactly, yeah. If you can avoid turnovers, yeah, you're going to and get the ball in her hands. You've got a really good chance of getting scoring buckets.
Taking a 3 and missing it, though, will be Allie Gunter. Rebound comes back to Mid-Buchanan. Few crossover dribbles, going to come up on the left, and taking it up for Mid-Buchanan is Livingood. Her 8th point of the ball game. More importantly, that brings back the Dragons to within 2, 41-39. Pass inside, not finding anything, kicking it back out, taking a 3, but missing is Keely Holmes. Rebound back to Mid-Buchanan, a chance to take the lead here. Loose bodies here, though. Ball trickles out of bounds, and they'll go back to Skyline. .3 seconds left here in the 3rd period. Winner goes on to the state semifinals in Springfield and tripped up in the backcourt. There's Autumn Garrett with a second foul on Gracie Livingood, and Mid-Buchanan faithful do not like that call, but anytime somebody literally goes to the floor, it's tough not to call it. Ball's back in bounds to Kinos. Loses a handle, but is fouled on the play.
Livingood with a couple fouls right there in a row. Hard luck, to be honest with you, on one of them.
Trying to power away up in the lane, but missing there. Jaden Foster, now another turnover though. Cross opportunity, 2-1 from half court, flings it off the front of the rim. No good. 41-39 is your score. Yet another thriller here. Coming down the wire here at Liberty North High School. Class 2 Missouri State quarterfinals. This time Skyline leads 41-39. We'll be back right after this. And we're gonna been a long game. I want to get up, stretch out, maybe get a little exercise. No better place to do it in the St. Joseph area than Snap Fitness. 24/7. You can get fit whenever it fits. Snap Fitness in St. Joseph. Welcome back here to Liberty North High School. Missouri Class 2 quarterfinal game between Skyline and Mid-Buchanan, and we thought it'd be a thriller. It has not let us down. We heard beat it before the game tipped. We've not heard Michael Jackson's thriller, but that's been exactly what this has been, 41-39. Skyline is gonna go up top, ball's tipped away. to the Skyline bench. He'll stay with the Lady Tigers. It's kicked inside, a little 13-footer is up, and it is down for Jaden Foster. Her first 2 points of the game came at a great time. Start off this first quarter, 43-39. Have a foul called as Living Good went inside, and she got hacked. The third foul for Keely Holmes, a sophomore, is tooted, so ball will stay with Mid-Buchanan. Ball back in to Living Good. Looks inside to Barber. It's worked all day here. Doesn't work this time. A little strong. The ball down to Garrett. She races up the court. Looks to the left side to find Witten. She almost thought of the three. She hit two in that third quarter, back to back, but she did not do it this time. Take it back up top. We're going to look for a better shot. Take a little time off here. You know, it's only about 4. Still, they didn't want to have a hustled shot. But this time they'll stop and pop. Misses. Rebounded by Witten, but left foot was on the out of bounds line. Going to go back to Mid-Buchanan.
Very close to keeping that foot in bounds and having an offensive rebound, but not to be had. Out of bounds.
Kick to the left side, Living Good. Screen, going to go take advantage of it. Goes on in, up off the glass, but misses. 2-3 Lady Tigers with the rebound. Coming down with it officially will be Barb, this time on the right side, coming across half court is Witten. Garrett looks around, picks up a dribble, kind of a little bit of trouble, finds Barb inside, turnaround, missing, rebound down to Living Good of Mid-Buchanan. Down by 4, going to crank a 3 and missing, but rebound goes up, missed again by Mid-Buchanan. Barb grabs the rebound and is fouled on the rebound there. Foul will be on Justin Barber. That'll be her third foul. The leading scorer for Mid-Buchanan now has picked up her third. 3 Lady Dragons with 3 fouls. Living Good, Barber, and Kelsey Stout. Back up top, taking a 3, but missing. As Barb, rebound comes back to the Lady Dragons. Going up court quickly, up off the glass, rimming in and out. Rebound comes right back down though to Callie Bailey. She'll take a 3 and she'll make a 3. Riley Kemper, 43 and a timeout by Skyline. Down by 1 now. We got a 1-point thriller here in Liberty North. We'll be back right after this.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Back here at Liberty North High School, and Chad Rader along with Nate Kendall. And as you pointed out, what better time for your first bucket of the game than a three-pointer in the quarterfinal?
Yeah, big time shot by the senior, playing in fourth year starting for the Lady Dragons, and she's usually not a big scorer, so that's not very. It's pretty fair, but she can hit that outside shot, and she sure did right there, make it a 1-point ball game.
Certainly showed that there. 5:42 left here in this quarterfinal game. Winner goes on to Springfield into the Final Four of the Missouri Class 2 state tournament. Looking inside, a little left-hand turnaround is no good, but there's going to be a foul after the Jaden Foster miss. This time the foul's going to go on Skyline. That foul will be on Barb. That will be her third. She has 3 fouls. Keely Holmes has 3 fouls. So a few Skyline Lady Tigers not quite in foul trouble, but within distance of watching out. Another foul put them there. The ball poke out of bounds will stay with Mid-Buchanan. 5:20 left in this game. Miranda Quinones comes in the ball game. Checking out will be Jaden Foster. Wide open for a three and draining the three. Callie Bailey. How about
Callie
that?
Bailey.
Double digits in style and giving Mid-Buchanan a 45-43 lead here as the 5-minute mark here approaches here at Liberty North.
Bailey into double figures as well for the Lady Dragons.
She'll take a three, and she'll make a three. Keely Holmes drains it. Quiet afternoon for Holmes as she breaks double digits with 11. Skyline retakes the lead, 46-45. Ball be out of bounds. They'll go back to Skyline. So quite an exchange there, three-pointers there, Nate.
Yeah, big-time shots by both players. First, Holmes, she's in double figures to join her teammates. That's Barb and Witten, both in double figures as well. And Mid-Buchanan, that was a big shot there by Bailey. And she's in double figures as well with Barber.
I mentioned that earlier, that balanced attack that Skyline has had. They're going to kind of dribble around for hopefully a good shot for them as they pump fake on the block, and they're going to get fouled. Quinones going to go to the line. She's going to attempt two. The foul will be on Barber, and that's a big one. That's her fourth. Jaylee Barber, the leading scorer for Mid-Buchanan, their biggest interior threat with 12 points so far, picks up her fourth. Quinones hits the first of two, making it 47-45, 4:14 left here in the final stanza of regulation. Second one is up. It is also good. So back to a three-point lead for Skyline, 48-45, 4:14 left here in the fourth period.
I was curious to see if they'd pull Barber or not, and they did pull her out probably just a couple minutes.
Off the foot there. Barb will stay with Mid-Buchanan. Riley Kemper looked to inbound the ball. She had that big three earlier. Now she inbounds it though. Losing the handle, but will be a foul called on Skyline. That'll be the third foul there called on Lily Witten. Going to the line will Kelsey Stout, who has been plagued with some foul trouble herself with three. She sat out a lot here this game, but she's going to try the first of a 1-and-1 as Mid-Buchanan has reached the bonus, and she indeed hits it. 48-46.
And Barber did check back in before that previous free throw, so it'll be interesting to see if she can stay away from picking up that fifth already.
That's a big one if she gets fouled out, but if she can be productive in there. Steal a minute or two, that's what you want here. Meanwhile, Skyline back the other way. Handoff, kick inside to a wide open bar, but misses off the glass. They're going to foul the other way. Big foul there, as that is number 4 on Lily Witten. Witten with 12 points in this game. She had a phenomenal game for the 5'8" freshman, but fourth foul will send her to the bench. Checking into the game will be Autumn Garrett. Going to the line, we just talked about Barber checking in the game. Here she is, made an impact right away, grabbing that rebound, and to the line she goes. First one is up and good. We have ourselves a tie ball game here in Liberty. 48 all, 3:47 left.
I think we're shaping up to be just like the previous game. We got ourselves a dandy to finish out.
It's a fun one for quarterfinals. You came here, you got your money's worth. Mid-Buchanan now taking the lead. Just a little bit up the road here, probably an hour after you drive it, but definitely a lot closer than Skyline is. But meanwhile, Three-pointer on the baseline. Missing. Rebound comes back, but stolen back away. Up and good. With another going to call a charge by Keely Holmes. Coach is willing to have the basket still count. They're not going to give it to Keely Holmes, and that'll be her fourth foul. 11 points for Holmes, so another big one, and coach is upset on that one. No, not only was it a charge, but he also wanted the basket. He gets neither. 49-48. Skyline trails.
You notice who took the charge? Your girl with 4 fouls. That's risky in a situation like that.
Call by Barber to take that charge, but she was playing it. She got the charge. Quite the turnaround there for Mid-Buchanan. Meanwhile, hacked inside. Getting a little frustrated there with the call as Skyline has. Miranda Quinones picks up her third. Fouls are mounting up now for Skyline. Going back to the line for Mid-Buchanan will be Gracie Livingood. Ooh.
Mid-Buchanan in the double bonus as well.
Maybe Kelsey Stout, I beg your pardon. Second one is up. This one is good. I take it back. It was Livingood. Well, anyway, regardless, point for Mid-Buchanan, 50-48. It was Kelsey Stout on that free throw to bring him to a 2-point lead. Timeout, though, will be taken by Skyline. Down by 2. Coach still doesn't like it. He's chewing on him a little bit. 50-48. We'll be back in just a moment. After being here at the games here at Liberty North, especially if you're a Mid-Buchanan fan, what better place to stop than Big Rigs right off of DD Highway on I-29. Stop there anytime. Get yourself plate full of food, Mexican food, homemade pies, you name it. Look for the semi right there on I-29, just south of St. Joe. Big Rigs, family restaurant. Just under 3 to go here, 50-48, and just when you thought that Skyline might be taking control of that game, up by 7. Since then, Mid-Buchanan chipped away. A couple back-to-back buckets inside of Barber. Kind of have been able to handle that pressure that caused 16 turnovers after 3 quarters. They're the ones, though, going to the line and getting fouls from Skyline.
Yeah, exactly. And you said 16 turnovers after 3 quarters. They've only got 2 turnovers in the second half, roughly. But
yeah, these are all unofficial, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
But very good estimates.
But that's impressive, having 15 through half number 1 and only being down by 1, and then still you have 2 in the second half and you're in a position. You've got the lead. Skyline with the basketball, under 3 to play. Lots of free throws coming for both sides, I believe.
Should be, yes. Inbounding the ball. Skyline looking in, Quinones taking a 3 and missing. It's Keely Holmes. The ball will go back to Mid-Buchanan. Left side of Barber. Couple dribbles, and she looking for a little bit of help. She does. She finds it on the left side with Stout. Stout also kind of holding the ball a little bit. I take that back. That's Livingood. I'll get that straight eventually, I would think. Not hard. One has blonde hair, one has dark hair. I figured it out now. All right, back over to Livingood. Kind of dribbling around madly at the top. Going to curl around the top of the key, picks up her dribble, looks over for Stout. Stout looking to spread the floor as well, as Mid-Buchanan now is quietly taking off about 35 seconds here on this possession.
They're running, looks like Mid-Buchanan running some 4 corners type set, just try to hold the ball.
Bailey, a one-handed bounce pass inside. They get what they want. Take nearly a minute off the clock. Up and good for Barber, 52-48. Mid-Buchanan now leads by 4. Inside the pump fake, off the heel and down. for Barb. That brings Skyline back within 2, 14 points for Barb.
If you're the Lady Tigers, that's where you go every time offensively now, because whoever Barber's guarding, you throw it into her. Let her go score, because Barber's not going to foul.
Going to the floor is Stout. Picking up foul number 5 is Keely Holmes. The sophomore guard checks out of the game with 11 points. A big loss at guard for Skyline. Let's see how they do though. Minute 18 left. Can still overcome that. 11 points for Keely Holmes for missing the free throw. It's Stout though, the first of 2 shots. Stout is 3 for 5 at the charity stripe today. Actually, that is somebody else, so I'll correct that as Stout does make the second. Actually, she was 3 for 5. 4 for 6 now, Stout is 53-50, but a foul the other way. Skyline doesn't waste any time, takes it on inside, and will go to the line for 2. First foul on Callie Bailey. Sally Gunter will go. Haley Gunter will shoot her first free throw here and miss it. Second one coming for the 5'5" freshman, and big spot here in the game for a freshman. 113 in the quarterfinal game, but she puts up the second and does make it. So just down by 2, 53-51.
One minute to play.
Going to draw the foul up top, and that's a tough foul for Barr to pick up number 4 because you're 30 feet from the basket with a post player. That's not a threat out there. But nonetheless, to the line goes Barber. Mid-Buchanan leading here. 1 minute left here to go. First free throw is up, and it is down. And for Barber, 17 points now as she has converted 5 of 6 from the line. Second free throw is up. It misses this time. Still stretch it out to 3-point lead. Skyline coming back the other way. Probably looking for 3 here. Thinking about it. Go ahead and go inside though. A little fadeaway turnaround is up and good off the glass by Garrett. Timeout. Skyline, what a game. Skyline down just 1 here. 54-53, Mid-Buchanan, 46 ticks left here. What do you do if you're Skyline? Do you lay back on that full court pressure, maybe hope to get a turnover and then foul about 10 seconds?
Ramp up the pressure. Yeah, go for the steal first and foremost. Try to get a trap in one of the corners. And I'd say play it in the backcourt, and then as soon as they cross half court, then you go to the fouling mode. That's what I would do personally, but I mean, could be why I'm not a coach, but I mean, you ramp up the pressure, and then when they get across half, then you go get your foul. Because if you can get a 10-second call and have 35 seconds left, down by 1, you got plenty of time still.
We'll find out here, 54-53. Full court pressure indeed. A ball fake. Going to throw it into Stout. Stout's going to dribble it. Approaching the 40-second mark. Stout going to kick it over the left side to Barber, and that's what you want to be shooting free throws if you are Mid-Buchanan. The foul is going to be on Miranda Kinos. That'll be her 4th. As we mentioned, if they do go to overtime, there'll be a lot of fouls for Skyline. But right now, when you're down by 1, overtime would be great news for Skyline. Free throw up, and it is missing for Barber, though. Barber's now missed 2 in a row, but she'll not miss 3 in a row as she makes the next one 55, 53. No surprise, Mid-Buchanan calls timeout to talk this one over. We'll be back in just a few seconds here on 810varsity.com. 55-53, Mid-Buchanan leads.
School sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Back here in Liberty, Missouri at Liberty North High School. Great venue, too. I mean, if you've never been here, it's quite a deal with full video scoreboards on both sides, and is by far the best arena here in the city. And what better place to host 2 great quarterfinal games, a 2-point thriller and an opener. The boys game right here again, Skyline here, down by 2 this time. Looking to go to tie it back up. Going on inside and doing just that. Autumn Garrett, 55 all with 20 seconds left. Full court pressure again. What will happen? Near carry, but no call. Kick it on over to left side, top of the key. 9 seconds left here in this game. Barber has it up top, so he lets it drive in. Somehow it was called for a foul call. Disbelief is Skyline. That is a crucial foul. First of all, that is the 5th foul on Justin Barb. She'll exit with 14 points. Even bigger, though, is sitting the fact that it sends Jaylee Barber to the line for a one-on-one. Well, it might be a double bonus, actually, at this point. In fact, it is. First one's up. It is good. Mid-Buchanan fans go nuts. Up by 1 with 6.4 seconds left. Go ahead and take a timeout and talk about it.
It was a huge mistake made there out top to foul. I don't know if she just didn't know the score, situation and score, or what. I'm just not sure what really went on, or she just reached in and fouled. She thought she could get a steal.
Yeah, I don't know what, even if you're called for it, you have to look at yourself and think that you shouldn't have been in that position, You shouldn't have gave it that close for the official to maybe make a call. I know you want to play good defense, but getting that too close to that situation, pick up a foul. Again, Barber picks up a foul 20-plus feet from the basket as a post player. Both times she has converted from the line. It's been a big reason in this game while Mid-Buchanan is up.
That was one of those situations, if I'm on defense, I play there, have your hand out, and then, because she was going to have to go to work, 6 seconds left, she was going to have to go to work and just make sure you have a hand up in the face on a jump shot. Make her shoot a jump shot. Don't foul that far away from the basket, because then that you disqualify yourself out of the game as one of the leading scorers, and then you put your team in a bad situation.
And you have that factor too. Second free throw's up. It rims out though. 56-55, 4 seconds left. Here they come, and another timeout. 2 ticks left here. 56-55. What will happen here? We'll find out, like we said. 2 seconds is going to be tricky, It's definitely not.
You have plenty of
undoable.
time.
Yeah, plenty of time. Especially a guy that's a half court, you can draw up a play. They're probably going to have somebody coming off the screen or something. Probably going to have to get a quick shot.
I would expect.
You never know, though. Could get a couple dribbles, get a foul. You never know.
I'd expect the ball to be in the hands of the senior Autumn Garrett. She's your leading scorer on the year. She got 11 points today. This is a big shot. And I would expect that this would be the place you see her with the ball in her hands with a chance to tie or with the chance to win the game.
Yeah, and also is Lily Witten. She's had a couple threes, so she has it outside range. She might look for either Garrett or Witten here. Both remain in the game. As we noted, Kaylee Holmes and Justine Barber fouled out. So if you're looking for just on paper your top two options, those are definitely going to be them that the Tigers will be looking for. We're going to find out right now, though. 56-55, 2 seconds left. Here they go. Getting a shot off a runner, off the glass. No good is Witten. 56-55, Pandemonium strikes. Mid-Buchanan, the Lady Dragons, back to the Final Four. Lady Dragons celebrate as after they do the handshakes, and now they celebrate even further as the Dragon faithful cheers them on. On to Springfield they go, 56-55, and a couple thrillers here with Skyline. The boys go ahead and go on to the Final Four. The girls just narrowly missing, and what an attempt there. They got a couple dribbles off the glass, 2 seconds, felt like 4. But missing was the shot. Mid-Buchanan advances on Lady Dragons, 56-55. What a game there, Nate.
Got two outstanding games for our quarterfinals today. And yeah, you got exactly what you wanted at Skyline. You got the layup attempt that you really, really wanted. And even after the buzzer had sounded, I was looking over towards the bench. Coach Cheek was looking for somebody, looking for one of the officials to maybe call a block. And the officials were already gone off the floor. They were done. And so his argument went unheard. It was close, but it's one of those situations you're not going to call that unless it's blatant foul. And so you give props to Mid-Buchanan. That was an absolute brilliant effort. They got down by, I think, as much as 7 points in the second half. Were able to chip away, and get that victory to advance to their second straight Final Four.
Definitely able to take advantage of opportunities from the line as well. We talk about Jaylee Barber. She had 19 points in that game to lead all scorers. Callie Bailey with 10, Living Good with 8. Kelsey Stout got a late start, but she got going. She converted 9 points in the game. Also contributing a big 3 was Briley Kemper, the senior, with the only bucket of the game that came in the fourth quarter, and they really needed one. For Skyline, Justine Barr fouled out 14 points. Lily Witten also notched 12 points. Throwing in 11 was Autumn Garrett. Also 11 was Keely Holmes for Skyline. Great season for Skyline as we see. They finished the season 19-11. Mid-Buchanan advances on 25-5 on the season for the Lady Dragons. So quite a game, quite a year, and for both teams, keeps on going for Mid-Buchanan.
They'll face off with also, they'll play the winner of Hartville and Miller next week. See, 8:10 p.m. on the 8th, so that's Friday night at 8:10 p.m. in Springfield.
It'll be an exciting one. In the meantime, we had an exciting one here at Liberty North High School in the Missouri Class 2 quarterfinals. For Nate Kendall, this is Chad Rader. Thanks for watching on 810varsity.com.
School sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.